Location in Hollywood. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
What's happening, hot stuff?
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. Look at this story. Many of you have sent this one in, and it's an obvious story for us. Phil Collins has been ordered to pay $50 million in the biggest celebrity divorce settlement ever seen in Britain. The Genesis singer must pay the staggering sum to his ex-wife, Orianne Sevy, 35, from whom he split 2 years ago. The settlement exceeds the $48 million that Paul McCartney was ordered to pay Heather Mills, and the $25 million that Mick Jagger had to pay his former wife, Jerry Hall. But get this. How stupid is Phil Collins? How stupid is he? Phil, 57, had to pay his second wife, Jill Taverman, $34 million when they split 14 years ago. Meaning, get this, that's $84 million. Phil Collins has paid out nearly a third of his estimated $280 million fortune. Actually, that's more than a third. No, it's a little more than a third. I'm sorry. A little less than a third of his estimated $280 million fortune in divorce settlements. $84 million out of $280 million has gone to women he used to have sex with. Says here his first marriage to actress Andrea Bertorelli ended acrimoniously in 1980. Phil and Orianne met in 1994 when he was still on tour and married to Jill. That's Jill Taverman. They got married after 5 years together. They've got 2 children, 8-year-old Nicholas and 4-year-old Matthew. Yes. Eight-year-old Nicholas and 4-year-old Matthew. The Annuity Brothers. Since their breakup, the singer has been linked to U.S. News reader Dana Tyler. So, just stick with them for a couple of years, Dana, and you too will have $50 million. You won't have to do the news anymore. Dana Tyler does the news in New York at WCBS-TV. I have seen her around the building when I'm in New York to do the show at the CBS Broadcast Center. Dana Tyler. And Phil Collins. How did she meet Phil Collins? It was Sweeps Month, and she was doing an interview. Or some such. Oh, yes. $50 million. $50 million. Now, I must say, yes, I've been married and divorced 4 times. You know that's true. Married and divorced 4 times, yes, I have. But you know how much I've paid out? I haven't even paid out $1 million. I haven't even paid out $500,000. Oh, no. No. No alimony, no child support, none of that. No real estate. I gave a couple of people a used car that I wasn't going to use myself anyway. Yes, I did. But no matter how much money I've had, I have not given it away. I haven't. I have not. If I got divorced from somebody and I had to pay them $34 million, that's the last time I'm getting married. That's it. $34 million, I'm done. How do you get married again and they pay out $50 million more? I mean, you just want to grab the guy and wring him by the neck and say, what the hell are you doing? Stop getting married. Are you kidding me? $50 million. 25 million British pounds. That's how much he had to pay to get out. Holy crap. I mean, again, how many times do I have to tell you, if you're going to have any money in life, if you're going to have any success in life, if you think there's a chance you'll be successful, why would you expose yourself to this? Don't ever assume because somebody's a celebrity, they're smarter than you are. Or they know more than you do. This is just stupid. It's stupid. But he loved her. No, it's stupid. A $50 million divorce. You gotta be kidding me. Paul McCartney, $48 million. Phil Collins, $50 million this time, $34 million last time. And you know what? He's probably stupid enough to do it again. Don't you think Phil Collins is just plain stupid?
1-800-LIKE-IT. Tom. 5-800-TOM. Leykis. 866. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I just wanted to tell you who my favorite girlfriend is.
Who is that?
The next one.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Phil Collins, $50 million he had to pay out the divorce. Daryl, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I get a chuckle every time I hear one of these stories. I get a nice chuckle.
I get a chuckle because I'm glad it's not me.
Well, you know, these guys, it's almost like there's a cognitive, what do they call it, cognitive dissonance, where, you know, the woman's probably marrying these old guys for their cash, and the guy fools himself into believing that she really loves him, as if he wasn't a rich guy, if he was just Joe Schmo, Joe Six-Pack, you know, shopping at Piggly Wiggly, that he'd be getting, you know, they'd be getting these beautiful women. So I don't feel sorry for him at all.
Oh, I don't feel sorry for him. I just think he's a moron.
He is a moron. He's an egomaniac, the worst kind of moron. A moron with an overinflated ego. That's the worst kind. So,
well, his bank account is not as inflated as it had been.
Hey, well, you know, if what I say to all the gold diggers out there, hey, get money. You know, if these idiots are stupid enough to think that you're with them, you know, because they're such wonderful guys, hey, take their money. You know, let them have their little fun. You know, getting the chicks that none of us regular guys can get. You know, all it does for me is provides me with a little comic relief when I see them taken to the cleaners.
Well, you know what? All I can think to myself is, boy, I'm sure glad I am not married like him.
What I don't understand is why these guys don't go. Why don't you go out and, you know, you're worth $500 million, right? Go out and find you a woman who's worth $500 million. I mean,
well, how about this? You may be bald and ugly, but you're Phil freaking Collins. How about you just have sex with them, and then when they say, I'd like money, just kick them to the curb?
Or hey, it's cheaper to hire, go out and hire you a hooker. I mean, find the most beautiful hooker you can find and have sex with her, $1,000 a pop. That's a lot cheaper than $50 million.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I figure that's what is 50? 1,000 goes into 50 million how many times?
Wait a minute. 1 million is 10,000, isn't it? No, it's 1,000.
1,000.
And so that'd be 50,000 thousands.
50,000 times with a beautiful woman. I mean, do the math.
In Phil's case, that would take him at least to the end of 2 more lifetimes.
That's assuming he survives.
That's right.
Well, I'm glad, I'm glad you're doing this story. It provided me some comic relief at the end of a hard day. So thanks a lot, Tom.
I'm glad it is. Thank you. David on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Father. How are you?
I'm doing great, son.
These high-profile people, I don't understand where they are dropping the ball with their support system. They should have lawyers. They should have support groups saying, watch out for these vixens that are going to be tearing them up financially. For what? It blows my mind. I wouldn't have done it for the first, one time, like you said. What was the first?
34 million. 34 million the first time.
I mean, hello, Phil. Come on, man. Studio that. You know what I'm saying? Do we need to reach out to these guys? Like, do they just not know? Are they that disconnected that they don't know? Do they not get your program?
By the way, he's married. He's been married 9 years. So he's paying her almost $6 million a year just for looking at him naked.
And Phil works for what? Disney does a lot of soundtracks for Disney, right?
Among other things, yes.
Well, while he's down in California, you know what he ought to do? Tune into your show.
That's right.
Jeez, take me out with a bong hit. I'm done.
There you go, David. Yeah. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Teresa on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hi.
I listen to you every day, and I do pretty much like all the things you say. And I really just wanted to say that I don't understand how a woman feels entitled to $50 million for anything. I don't know what you could pay them to do for that. And I feel especially exactly like what you said. He is very stupid. Obviously, he doesn't want to leave anything for posterity because he's going to be giving away all of his money for his divorces. I just don't understand it.
A third of everything he's earned has been paid out in divorce settlements.
Yeah, and like the caller said before, there should be some sort of, they need to get this paperwork sorted out, expecting the worst. Just like a business partner, you go in and you negotiate for the worst, and then you hope for the best. But then at least you know you're taken care of. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that I believe in love and marriage, and I don't think there's anything wrong with getting married, but you always have to protect yourself, because I have been married and divorced, and there was no exchanging of money at the divorce, and that was fine with me, because what's mine is mine and what's yours is yours, and I just don't believe that people should be sharks and after other people's money. What did you do for that person?
Well, again, take a look at Phil Collins. I guess she looked at him naked.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to say, Tom. Thank you so much for letting me call in.
Thank you, Teresa. That's why he needed a prenup. I don't know how prenups work in England, by the way. Maybe they don't have prenups in England, or maybe the prenups don't stand up. I don't know. 1-800-5800-TOM. Phil Collins ordered to pay a $50 million settlement of his divorce. Married 9 years. $50 million. David on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Father.
Son, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Getting more ass at the toilet seat.
Love that.
So, I love the topic because, not only is Phil Collins stupid enough to, get married and lose millions, but so is Iran, Michael Jordan, the list goes on. They're not smart enough like you, Father, to realize that and just be like, you know what, screw the marriage. marriage is bad, and just go out and just bang the crap out of girls through the rest of your life. I just don't get that. Why can't they be like you?
Freeze some sperm, have a vasectomy, don't tell anyone you had it, and have all the sex you want.
Yes, that's why I listen to you every day. Every day. My buddy has a girlfriend, waste of time, I tell him, and you know what? He just doesn't get it. He's listening to you, and I think they're breaking up pretty soon, hopefully. Hopefully. But she's this, gold digger right now. He has a good career and everything, so yeah, whatever. He's an idiot.
David, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate the call. Sherry on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. It's a pleasure to speak to you.
I'm sure it is.
I understand the situation, and I don't believe that any woman should get $50 million, let alone $100 million, a penny for getting a divorce from any man. Women should make their own money, and they should take care of the house and their man and their children and stay in their place.
Well, I certainly agree with that. They should iron my shirt and make my lunch.
Exactly, and cook and clean and, and wash their ass and do everything they have to.
Fold my socks.
Exactly.
Right.
So I agree with you 100%, and you rock on, man.
Thank you, Sherry.
Can you take me out Kobe style and JFK style?
JFK senior or junior?
Senior.
JFK senior style. All right, here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. You're a beat to my heart. You're the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
It's 1-800-5. That is really tasteless. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Stuart on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. Good talking to you. Wanted to point out that I'm an attorney. Prenuptials do not apply in England.
Not in any way, shape, or form?
Not in any way, shape, or form.
A great reason not to get married in England.
Right. In fact, there was a whole article how people drag their husbands to London because once you even show even a small residency there, could be for a couple months, that prenuptial is set aside and you are shafted.
Oh, boy. A good reason to stay away, and if you want to add in the rates of taxation in England, plenty of good reasons not to live in England.
That's true. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you. No prenups in England. Boy. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Brian on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom? First time, short time listener. Been married now 5 years. Got a couple kids. I'm 28 years old. I own my own business with a partner of mine. We do fairly well for ourselves at our age. I'm bringing in a 7-figure income. And to be honest with you, this whole thing with Phil Collins, yeah, it bugs me. I talk to my wife, on a regular basis, about, nothing in the future is ever set. We're never set. And, she has no problem with the prenup. She's, offered to do a post or whatever they call it, after marriage prenuptial agreement. And, I have quite a few rental properties and other investments that she wants nothing to do with. So, I think, I agree with you in a lot of ways about marriage. I don't think it's for everybody. But I think once in a while you can come across someone that definitely you could be married to, that they are willing to give up everything and really just be with you and nothing else. But that's very, few and far between. So I really, I like what you have to say, but every now and then there is someone that, is kind of an anomaly in that whole mix.
No doubt about it. And for me, again, it's obviously on the largest possible scale. But isn't this another example of why you don't want to be married?
Why I don't want to be married?
Why one doesn't?
Why one doesn't want to be married? I've heard a lot of your other callers earlier today that, a lot of the reasoning they don't want to be married seems to me to be somewhat selfish. Their time, their, priorities are more in line with themselves, and that's all they really care about. I think there was a caller female that called in about how she just likes to travel, and she's 30 and has been to 30 countries. You know, that's very admirable. It's, you know, very cool that that's what she's done. But, you know, when she looks back at her life, she's been all over the place and probably has not much to say for it except maybe some pictures. And that's her choice.
Well, what about the memories? I mean, come on.
What was that?
What about the memories? What about the experience itself?
The experiences and memories are as good as long as your memory is around. We're all going to get old, and most of us aren't going to remember half that stuff.
And you want to know something? Those people also won't remember the names of their children.
Possibly. They may not remember the names of them, but your children are going to be there. They're going to, you know, hopefully try and interact with you when you're older. And regardless if you know them or not, they're going to be there for you if you've taken good care of them. Not necessarily.
There are many people out there whose children do not take care of them.
Oh, I'm sure you're one of them, correct? I know you definitely didn't have a good relationship with your father.
My parents are dead, sir.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I've just heard, you know, you speak about them and, you know, definitely don't owe them anything of your successes. But, you know, I think everybody's relationships are different. It's really sad sometimes that people generalize that, you know, their kids or their family members or their wives, and those people just don't care about them. Because, you know, there are people out there that do care. And, you know, I'm not that old. I'm probably half your age, and I've, you know, been very successful in that short amount of time. And you know what? I could care less if my wife took all my money, because I know for a fact I could go out and make it 10 times over again. So, anyway, just appreciate it. You've got a good show, and, yeah, that's about all I got to say.
All right, thank you for the call. Jesus. 1-800-5800-TOM, that's our telephone number. Tangi on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you today?
Doing great.
That's good. Well, I had a comment as far as the $50 million settlement, but I want to talk about the guy that just hung up the phone. How can he go and say that people shouldn't generalize, but then he went generalize and said, well, this woman did all this traveling, but she's not going to have anything to look back on. I believe in the institution of marriage, but if this woman wants to travel, see the world, she's happy with that. She's happy with that. You can't tell her what she's going to remember when she's 80. You can't just go and do that. Just like you want to get married and do your thing, she want to travel. Let it be what it is.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
The guy that just hung up the phone and said that the woman, he said people shouldn't generalize, and then he goes and said, well, the lady, she's traveling with, you know, she's not getting married. She's going to end up being basically unhappy in her early 80s. And you can't just say that. Maybe traveling and being alone makes her happy.
What does that have to do with Phil Collins?
I just want to make a comment on the caller, but as far as with Phil Collins, I'm just saying, like, she doesn't deserve $50 million. If it was another case where she helped him build up the empire and whatnot, and she was 50-50 and making everything
Well, in this case, she did not build up any empire. She's been with him for 9 years.
Yeah, so she shouldn't get it.
She shouldn't get anything. She shouldn't get anything. She should get child support, and that's it.
Yeah, I do agree with that, because if he works hard for that money, he did it all himself, and she didn't inspire him at all.
And by the way, I want to take this a step further. You can't even assume that a woman who's with you from the ground up helped you. Do you know how many women I was with while I was on the way up who tried to discourage me, who got in my way, who told me, come home here. Don't you stay out of that meeting with that program director. I want you to come home. It's already 9 o'clock and you're still out. I heard that over and over and over. Should these women get a penny?
Well, and that's sad, because you know what? The judge probably would just assume just because of the length she was with you, oh, she had to have been there to help you.
Well, that's why I've had prenups. Yeah. Because you don't want to know something? Women have been more of a hindrance than a help in my career. Mm-hmm. They have not been a help.
No, and I agree with you totally. I was going to say, I continue to enjoy this show. I'm getting more people to listen to it, and hey, that broad shouldn't get anything. You know,
women are dream killers. Women do not want to see men be successful. Women want to take. Not give. Are there exceptions? Sure there are. So what? 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Peria on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
What's up, Tom? It's Peria. How you doing, brother?
Peria. I'm doing great.
Oh, man, I'm doing so good now. I'm 25, Tom. I have my degree. I have a son, and I got this chick pregnant, this bitch pregnant, when I was 22. And let me tell you, you said women are dream killers, dude. That is the exact definition. I was about to go back to school. I stopped. I picked up 2 jobs. I let her sit her fat, pregnant ass at home, and I did nothing but support her, and I was an enabler, Tom. And now I caught her having an affair on me, and I kicked her to the curb. I went and told her dad he needs to clear space to move her stuff back up into her room.
Sounds good to me.
Couldn't be happier.
That sounds good to me. Now, why did you get married so young again? What was the reason?
Hey, I'm going to be honest, and I even listened to your show before. I got her pregnant, and I thought that I found the exception to the rule. I thought that you know what, she's different, you know, I can make her be right, but I was wrong. It's not even funny how wrong I was because it just blew up in my face. And I'm going to tell everyone, don't wear a condom. Don't marry a chick just because you got her pregnant. Don't get her pregnant in the first place. That's where I went wrong.
It's absolutely right.
And but it's my turn now. I looked at her square in the eyes about 3 weeks ago, and I told her it's my turn now, and she's going to fall flat on her face, and my son and I are going to go back and get my dream that she smushed and flattened to the ground. And I wanted to come to you. I'm in Dallas. I was going to come up to the lodge and tell you this just so you get a kick out of it, because I'm glad it happened when I'm 25, and I'm not when I'm 35, bro.
I'm getting a kick out of it right now.
I know. I'm telling you, and it's totally my turn. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to get 2 more degrees if I can. I'm going to do whatever I can. I can't wait because it's not about her anymore. It's just about me. And I wish I never had to stop and take that pit stop in hell that I call marriage with her.
It's all about me.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I just have to tell people, and my friends are getting into relationships now, and they're getting serious and asking where they can buy rings. I'm like, listen, look at what happened to me. I babied this chick. She didn't even have to have a job, and she still ended up just messing stuff up like I kind of figured she would.
I understand.
Oh, and she hated me listening to your show. She thought it was the biggest waste of time ever.
Well, you know why?
Because she knew that you were right.
That's right.
Oh, man. Well, I'm going to hang up and listen to you, bud. Can you take me out with a huge bong rip?
I certainly can. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Phil Collins, $50 million paying out in a divorce. $50 million. Alan on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, you know, the thing that is so stupid about these large divorce settlements that I've never heard anyone mention is that they actually create an incentive for people to get divorced. Remember the whole thing with your prenup? It can't be made, quote, in contemplation of divorce. They want people to stay together, right? And here, these stupid bitches now have an incentive to create a divorce where they might stay if they wouldn't get a huge settlement.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Okay. Robert on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing, man?
Doing okay.
Good, good. Well, I've been listening to you for about a year now. Best show I've ever listened to. And, you know, when you get married, and, you know, you're talking about the whole contract thing, they say, till death do us part, correct?
They say that.
So now, if the woman leaves you for whatever reason, wouldn't that be a breach of contract? And any type of business, there is no, you know, oh, you get this amount of money for breaching the contract.
It only works that way when women want money, not when men want money.
Oh, yeah. All women want. And trust me, I was married. I made a stupid mistake at age 20. Thank God, no children or anything like that. And ever since I've been divorced, I've been the happiest person. I make 6 figures, have my own house, and don't have to worry about anybody telling me, you know what, you can't do this, where were you, what's going on. I don't need that in my life. You know what I mean?
And are you getting more ass than a toilet seat?
Dude, I can't believe how much. More men got to listen to you because, it's like you said, they've grown up with their mom, and their mom tells, oh, you got to be nice to women, you got to do this. You know, it's bull. Women, you know, unfortunately, you got to screw them before they screw you. And that's just the bottom line. And if women don't like it, hey, there's a door. Like I tell, hey, you don't like it, hey, oh, well, there's a door.
All right. Well, Robert, that's been fantastic. A little slice of heaven there, and I thank you for the call.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
You know what, Tom? Man, you like the dopest cat on the radio. you get a hood pass from me, so anybody will come to the hood. I got your back, man.
I love that.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Yeah, the Tom Leykis Show. From Hollywood. 1-800-5800-TOM. That is our telephone number. $50 million. Phil Collins paying out even more in his divorce than Paul McCartney paid to Heather Mills. Outrageous. And, again, another example. Another example. And you wonder why a guy with that much money, guy at one point had $280 million, he's paid out a third of it to ex-wives. A third of it to ex-wives. Who never wrote a goddamn note. Who never produced a song. They just kind of sat there and collected cashola. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. By the way, if you're listening to us in any other country on the planet, we have an international number. Maybe you're in England, where Phil Collins is. Our international number is different because the 800 number does not work in other countries. So if you live in another country outside the United States, call country code 1, area code 323-520-6211. That's 1-323-520-6211. You got that number? If you're calling from another country, it's our international line. We'll get you through right now. 1-323-520-6211. If you're in another country, dial that number now, and I guarantee you'll be on the air with me in seconds. But you have to be in another country to use it. Mark on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Mark.
How's it hanging?
Hanging right as usual, Mark.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, I think Collins is just a total a-hole. He's just throwing it all away.
Oh, here we have it for you. You can sing along, Mark.
Yeah.
Need I say I love you? Need I say I care?
Yeah.
Need I say that emotions something we don't share? I don't want to be sitting here trying to deceive you. 'Cause you know I know, baby.
You're throwing it all away, a-hole.
We cannot live together. We cannot live apart.
All gone.
From the start, every time that I look at
30 years fortune.
I can see that future. 'Cause you know I know, baby, and I don't wanna go. So we
throwing it all away. Every single penny. Throwing it all away to the gold digger.
I watch the world go round and round and see mine turning upside down. Throwing all away.
Throwing it all away, baby. How many world tours is it going to take now to make that up?
We'll hold your hand. We'll find you the answer when you don't understand. Why should I have to be the one who has to convince you? 'Cause you know voice calling after me.
Here comes your big line now, Mark.
Put it all away into the toilet.
I think he says it again here now.
Put it all away. Take about your money.
All right, Mark, thank you. Oh, boy. Yikes. 1-800-5800-TOM. Can you imagine, by the way, this is one of the amazing things. Anytime you listen to music like from the 80s, you ever say to yourself, can you believe this stuff was popular? Do you know at one point your parents went down to the mall and bought a copy of the song Electric Avenue by Eddie Grant? They actually got in the car. Wait, understand something here, okay? They actually got in the car and they drove down to the mall to buy this song. What is this song about, anyway? Eddie Grant, Electric Avenue.
Now in the street there is violence, and lots of work to be done.
Who is this guy?
No place to hang out or washing, and then I can't blame all on the sun.
What?
Oh, no, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
The 80s sucked.
Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
Ronald Reagan was the president at the time.
Working so hard like a soldier, can't afford a thing on TV.
What is he talking about?
Deep in my heart I abhor ya. Can't get food for that kid. Good God, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue.
Thank you. Holy Christ. Phil Collins, Eddie Grant. How did we survive this? Oh, my God. Ugh. Jesus. The 80s, they sucked. And then Cyndi Lauper, you had to live through Cyndi Lauper, too. Just the worst. Anyway. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Ernie on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Tom, please stop the madness. Horrible. Stop the music. Hey,
wait, come on. Really, it deserves to be said. Every time I listen to 80s music, it reminds me of like how people bought this stuff. Yeah. They took their 45 adapters out and they went down to the mall. They said, excuse me, do you have True Colors by Cyndi Lauper? And they had to wait for somebody to like get it and put it in a bag.
I'm not going to lie, I bought some of it.
And then get it rung up.
Yeah. You know, what stinks is, Phil Collins can't make music anymore.
Well, who's going to buy it?
His ears are medically bad. One of his ears is medically bad. He had to cut a tour short because his bandmates can tell that he was offbeat.
I would think he had to cut the tour short because he played his own compositions.
That's probably it, too. But now he
I mean, do you know we have listeners whose parents thought Susudio was a good song, much less the name of an actual person?
It sounds like some international food dish. It's pretty bad.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, I just want to let you know, Phil's not going to make any more money back. And, he's screwed. Now I need a bong hit.
I think we all need a bong hit. All this Phil Collins. think I was going deaf listening to this.
Now she don't even know my name, but I think she likes me just the same. Studio.
Many of our listeners were conceived while their parents were listening to this. That's why you're so effed up. You ever wonder about that?
If she called me, I'd be there. I'd come running anywhere. She's all I need, all of my life. I feel so good if I say the word.
Oh, you're making me sick, Phil.
Studio.
Oh, boy.
Just say the word. Studio.
I can't take it anymore. We have to stop it.
Now I know that I'm
The 1980s. Outrageous. Our email address is my name. It's Tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.